Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin. Thanks for joining us today, and as always, please consider hitting the liking and sharing button and leaving some comments for the algorithm, because at the end of the day, people find a lot of trashy information on YouTube, and the more you share and like, the more our trash gets put in ahead of their trash. So please do that. All right, on to a question that we get often from Cliff saying, I'm trying to decide what coins should be graded in my current collection. I mostly have Morgans, but just trying to figure it all out. I've seen your videos where you do submissions for customers, and I wanted to find out more. Thank you. All right, Cliff, so this is a question for everybody because it's a question we get pretty frequently around here. And I think most coin shops get this pretty frequently because coin grading is such a big part of the hobby, and it's something that people have interest in doing. So for all of you who have a lot of raw coins that you're considering getting graded, this is kind of some of the parameters that I put up. Now, before we get to those, let's talk first and foremost about the cost of things and does it matter. There are two completely different views on this, right? So some people don't really consider the cost of getting a coin graded as a cost into the price of their coin collection. They don't consider the supplies anything, they just purchase stuff. You know, it's just one of those things where you don't really consider whether it adds value or not. It would be like if you bought a house without a pool and you added a pool and you knew that the cost of the pool would not increase the value of the house as much as the pool cost. But you want the pool, it's for you, right? So that's a mentality thing, and that's for you to decide. But generally, people consider the price of things when they go into it. So what I tend to look at is a little bit of your value approach, right? Which is to say, how much is the coin worth? How much do you think the coin is worth? Okay. So generally speaking, I consider coins to be probably north of $200 before I would consider using an economy service. That is just kind of a general rule of thumb. Now you'll watch some of our videos and we will send in coins that are $50 to $100 coins. Some of that stuff is for educational purpose, for fun, but also, you know, if you have the it doesn't matter attitude towards things, you just do it. And so I've had people who have sent in coins that they got from their grandfather, and the coin's worth 20 bucks, and they spend $25 plus shipping and everything to get the coin graded. So value is one point. The other point is quantity, because every time you send in a submission, you're paying a $10 fee per submission, and you're paying shipping there and shipping back. So pretty soon that looks like about 50 bucks per submission over and above the grading price. Something like that, right? Roughly. Maybe even more, $50 to $60. So if you're sending in one coin at $20 or $30, we're talking about their cheaper economy services, right? And then all of a sudden you pay $50 in shipping. Well, now it's a $75 hit. Whereas for, you know, 100, not 100 coins, $100. Lots of words here to think about. So for a coin that's going to be, if you're going to send in 10 coins, that $50 in shipping and handling and everything is like 5 bucks per coin, so to speak. Something to consider. Okay. Price points are always something to consider. Of course, will it grade? Now, this is where it gets really hard for most people because they're not confident in their grading ability. And this is the type of thing where you really want to look at as many coins in hand as you can, and if you can watch some of our videos and see also, but really looking at coins in hand is the best way to understand coin grading, in my opinion, which is why it's helpful if you actually have a coin shop nearby, right? You want to be able to have your eye trained, because the next thing to know is there's the price point, but then there's also value jumps. So oftentimes people will get coins graded because in say extra fine it's a $100 coin, but in AU it's $200 or more, and it's right on that borderline. And the reason to get a coin like that graded, of course, is that obviously you're hoping that it's the higher grade, but also the coin is more saleable in the holder, right? So if the coin is just raw and there's some conversation between you and whoever you're going to eventually sell the coin to, is like, is this an extra fine? Is this AU? Then it's probably worth getting the coin certified ahead of time, and that way you have something that people can tend to agree on, right? So the next point I want to make is that you should probably go ahead and get your coins checked out by a local coin store if you have one. If you have people that you can trust, or people at a local coin club, if there's people there that you're knowledgeable and that you trust and that you know that they have some level of understanding and success. Don't just go with whoever like is the most braggadocious and loud. That's usually not a good sign. Usually the louder they are, usually you kind of want to tend away from those guys. One man's opinion. So PCGS and NGC both take submissions directly from the consumer. So does Annex if you choose. And so what I would tell you is that generally speaking, go ahead and send coins in yourself. It's fun. It's like Christmas. You know, you open up some packages, you get the gift you want, and then there's the socks. Sometimes you get socks for Christmas and it's not what you wanted. That's what it's like getting back packages from NGC or PCGS. Same thing. So I encourage most people, especially if you have coins that are in that $200 to $500 range and looking to get them certified, go ahead and show your local dealer or some friends in the hobby that you have to get a second opinion and then submit them yourselves. The point about this at the end, we do submissions for customers. I tend to do stuff for people that are in shop and we have more of a long-standing relationship with. Generally speaking, we are not going to just take everyone who sends us stuff because there's not really any time in the day for that, so to speak, right? And it's actually a pretty time-consuming thing. So once you've done it once, you'll understand how much time it takes to fill everything out, get it ready, package it, and send it in. And so I would encourage you to do that on your own if at all possible and whenever possible. So we do occasionally have some fun with some of our friends. They give us ideas. They'll come in, our YouTube family. They'll send some stuff to us. But before they do, they email and say, hey, you know, I've got this idea. What about doing a video about this, this, and this? Sometimes we say yes, but a lot of times we do say no because there's, like I said, there's only so much time in the day. But the main point for everyone watching is there's a general pattern you can get into when it comes to getting your coins graded. But usually it does involve having some friends or experts look at your coins because you have that bias. And then it's just a matter of deciding, do you want to spend the money? Is there value here? Is there upside and potential? Which way do you view that world? If you got to make money on it, tap the brakes, right? Because there's disappointment at the end of that tunnel. But if you want to do it for yourself and want to experiment, it's not a bad idea to do once in a while and just see how it turns out. So, Cliff, I hope to meet you soon. Maybe I already met you. I don't know. We'll see. And everyone else out there in YouTube land, thanks so much for watching. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.